really weird. Last time you saw me, it was pouring with rain. It might still rain again today. We'd gone for about 13 locks and got here in this beautiful spot. But I'm turning back. I'm going back. Not through all 13 locks, but I'll tell you why when we get going. So the first task is to try to find somewhere to turn the boat around. We're here at Anne's Bridge. We think we might be able to turn our 60-foot narrowboat around here, but if not, we'll have to go through a lock and try and turn the boat just after the lock. Okay, off we go to try and find a winding hole. An idea there might be enough space to turn Alice Grace. Oh, that rhymes. Just further up. Even though the map might indicate there's a winding hole, you never really know until you get there, because sometimes they might have become silted up, or there may be other obstacles in the way. Here's the remains of, I think, what was an old railway bridge, and then there is a wharf here, and this is where I think it might be good to wind the boat. This used to be home to the Sifter Salt Company, pumping brine from beneath, and their goods were loaded up on the wharf here, so many of the salt workers also used to live in this area. I've seen a narrowboat called Ruby wind here this week, but narrowboat Ruby looks about 10 foot shorter than narrowboat Alice Grace. So that's not worked. Gonna have to keep going further on. Also think I just saw a hobby, but I mean I've got to concentrate. So we're gonna go further down, possibly have to go through another lock. We're actually due some sunshine in the next couple of weeks, and I can't wait, and neither can my narrowboat garden. This is interesting. This is Ruby, and this is the narrowboat that I saw turn in the winding hole that we just couldn't turn in. So looking at Ruby, I'd say that she's about 50 foot. Looks like there's another bull crazy dog there. You might be wondering what's happened to the ball. The ball is still here, isn't it, Zeph? Yeah. What do we do with the ball? We throw it! Zeph has had plenty of balls in her 7-year lifetime, but this particular ball she has grown very attached to. So much so that every time it ends up in the canal, she will not leave until I've fished it out. Won't film them, but the ball has literally just gone in the water. That happens to me and Seth all the time. And I have to lie down on my belly and lean over if it's too high for her to, otherwise she can go in and get it, but this is too high for her to get back out. I'd never get her out again. So all of the concrete here is, I think, due to the subsidence, which is what created the flashes. All the brine pumping that went on here. As a result, all of this has to be completely restructured and supported When we turn around, we're going to be headed in the direction of that great big stormy looking sky. Gorgeous. Past the old mile markers that were originally stone but then fancified in 1818 to cast iron, and over Crow's Nest Bridge is a very special farm shop. So right on the edge of the road there is this really amazing farm shop, and it just shows how honest people are, and I love this sort of shop. So here it is, here's the little shop. Let's go inside and have a look. Right, step inside. Look, isn't this cute? I mean, the only thing is you do need cash, but it's such a cute little hut. The road's just out there. There's a little calculator, which I would need to add. And there's a little money box, so you put your payments in there. Look at the size of these eggs. Duck eggs. I know, sir. It's crazy, isn't it? And then in here, we've got, oh no, come out. Mushrooms, lettuces and stuff. Wow, it's so cute. And then out here, we've got strawberries, a Labrador. What shrub is that? What is that? Clematis. Oh yeah, clematis. I wonder how much that is. £8. This is £8. It's really pretty. And there it is, little Honesty Farm shop. Love it. What's happened here then? These people are just gongoozling. A group of gongoozlers is called a bank of gongoozlers. But they all decide to leave when I arrive. I do seem to have that effect on people. Right, it's raining again, so we're just trying to find the winding hole. Just under this bridge, I think. Here it is. Well, it's by surprise, so we're going to reverse back. So the nose is pointing there. You shouldn't go backwards into a winding hole because you're likely to come aground. You just don't know what's underneath there. So reversing back and then trying to point into that winding hole. Winding a narrowboat is not my specialised subject, and so it requires my full attention. that better. Always feels like a big achievement to do stuff like that. If another boat had been coming, I would have been quite stressed about that though, to be fair. I hate holding people up. Right now, back we go through the lock we've just come through, then I think through a further 4 locks, then to a really unusual and exciting place to leave the boat. It's the sort of place we've never ever left Alice Grace before. It's so different that it's quite exciting. I want to enjoy this because I'm not going to be on Alice Grace for a couple of weeks, so I really want to. Doesn't matter if it takes a bit longer to go through these locks, doesn't matter that it's raining. I just want to savour this last cruise I'm having with Alice for a while. Hiya, hi! Good old summer cruise! Oh, it's a really split sky. I mean, you can see that. Look, it actually tells you the tale of the summer so far. Small bursts of sun and then very quickly it rains again. The reason I'm turning back is because every couple of months I try to build in some time where I go back to see family and friends. It's really important to me that because I want to travel the whole system and see most of the network, well, all of the network, that I also don't lose touch with people that mean a lot to me. I'm really going to miss the peace of the water and all of its wildlife, but I'm sure I'll appreciate it even more when I return to it. It's raining again. It's actually hail. Oh, crazy weather. And we're back to where we started. So we must have been travelling, I think, at the moment about an hour and a half. And we are back where we started. So now it's to the interesting place we're going to leave the boat. And last night I was very busy here sharing my cooking with my towpath neighbours. Some of you asked me to do some more cooking in the galley, so tonight I'm going to cook something absolutely delicious and very sweet. once it had cooled down, I went to share it with my neighbours, the night-flying moths. Sugaring is a great way to feed the moths, and there is one moth in particular that I would love to see. She can get me like a mad. So there's one in particular that I'd love to see, which is the elephant hawk moth. It's just a moth I have been burning to see for a long time. There, look, already there's a moth. Where even is that moth? It's a snout. It's a snout moth. There, look. It was attracted to it. But unfortunately it rained overnight and washed all my lovely sugary recipe away, so I'm going to have to try the moth sugaring when I get back to Alice Grace. This water point is in the village of Wheelock, and I found a gorgeous old booklet written by Reverend Clifford Millington and illustrated by his wife, all about the history of this village. And he refers to the canal as the Grand Trunk Canal, which was the Trent and Mersey's old name. He said that it became the centre of the village in the 1700s because it provided services for the many boaters unloading and loading here. But also the local sawmills produced the wood for the lock gates. One lady grew up in a lockkeeper's cottage here and remembers how one winter the ice was 1 foot thick on the canal, and the icebreaker boat was tipping from side to side to dislodge it, but accidentally threw off 8 of its men into the freezing depths. All of them had to warm up and dry by the fire of her cottage. She also remembers in the summer earning pocket money by helping the boaters through the locks and swimming in the canal. She said it was so clean you could see the bottom of it. Let me show you an example of hardiness. I think it's willow herb. It's growing in a little crack in the bridge. I mean, that is hardy, isn't it? Overcoming adversity, overcoming hardship, hardly any nutrients, growing. I really love looking out for the resilient plants. And in 2004, the only surviving originally built Shropshire Union flyboat arrived here. And over 4 years, at a cost of £87,000, Malcolm and his expert team restored her. And leaving the boatyard today is old working boat Swan, built in 1933, and its cargo was carbon disulfide, which it took to Coventry and Wolverhampton. Sorry if we were in the way. I relish the rain as it freshens my skin, and savour the sound of the hail to still din. Take note of the stonecrop's star top that sits on a succulent spring in nothing but grit. Heron I heed as it lingers for prey, feet light long fingers of pianists at play, plonking the keyboard of towpath and grass, its hungry song silently heard as I pass. I make mental notes of these waterside things. Willow herb clung to lock gate, a line of ducklings, the bellow of barge as she belts out her beat, bee in a foxglove, marsh flies nettle seat, all packed in the suitcase of my memory as I switch off the lights and turn out the key. But a part of my heart I drop at the stern to retrieve when I leave where I've gone and return. Outlets, cabin lights, live well, bow light.